Hi, my name is John Cooksey and welcome to the wonderful world of lighting for video. Now in the past you might have read books or seen training materials about video lighting and noticed that a lot of times they require you to have a big room with big expensive heavy lights and a big expensive light kit. Well, we know that you're not going to be out there lighting all the time and you can't afford $8,000 or $9,000 for a big expensive light kit, and a lot of times you're not going to be in a giant room. In this video we're going to concentrate on real-world applications with medium, low, and no budget setups, which means you'll be able to go out there with your video recorder and get some fantastic things on a low budget. I think lighting is becoming more important than ever. You know, just about anybody can afford a digital video camera these days, and it's not enough just to have a good camera. The difference between an amateur and a professional shot might just be the video lighting. I'd like to pretend that video lighting is so complicated and it'll take you years and years to learn and I'm some kind of master, but let me tell you, it's very easy. Once you know some basic steps, you can get some really creative shots on a low budget. Sometime in your video career, you're going to come into a situation where you need to videotape an interview with more than 2 or 3 people. In this case, we have 5 people. Now, we're going to show you the secret on how to do this. It's not that hard to light it. We have 2 soft boxes and 2 hair lights, but we managed to get all 5 gals. The first thing is positioning the young women. In this case, we had 3 small stools and 2 larger stools. The 3 stools were about $7 a piece, and the 2 larger stools were about $20 a piece. Of course, you can buy them used if you need to. And you position them in a way that all 5 people fill the frame. You don't want 5 across. Artistically, it looks terrible. But if you do it in this sort of pyramid style and make sure that nobody's blocking anybody else, it works well. The second thing we did is put a soft light out on the 5 gals, as we see in the diagram here. And we also have a soft light off to the side, which adds a little more fill and at the same time covers for a bit of hair light. Now you'll also notice most of the gals have a orangish glow to their hair. We took 2 hair lights and we positioned them in a way to be able to hit the edges of their hair, and those that we couldn't hit the edges of the hair as much, the side light of the softbox fills in. So right here you'll notice the girl at the top right has more of the softbox side lighting, but the girl at the top left has the hair light coming down on her. This girl at the bottom middle has the same hair light as the gal at the top left. It's pointing down and it's hitting 2 of them. So we're able to hit 2 people with 1 light by positioning the hair light with a gel over it in a way that it hits down. Now here you'll see a little softbox from the right, and on the left you'll see still a little bit of that gelled hair light. Now this particular young woman, because she has the softbox so close to her and it's a nice portrait kind of look, we didn't even bother to hit her with any hair light. So we are doing a compromise here to get it all together. This lady, we have on the left, we have the gold light, and on the right, she's getting the spill from the side softbox. So it's a little bit of a compromise, but as we cut between all the different young ladies, you'll notice they all have a nice look. And when you do position your lights, one of the most important things to do is to make sure that you get close-ups on everybody before you start shooting the interviews. So no matter who they cut to, it's going to look okay. It may not look perfect, but as you can see at the close-ups, it looks pretty darn good with just 2 soft lights and 2 hair lights. Now I'm going to show you the diagram for the 5 gals that we have. As you remember, we had 3 down on the bottom and 2 up on top, so they didn't block each other, because if you were to just have 5 across in a row, it would look really bad. So we had in that diagram. Now, if we were to have an overhead view, it would pretty much sort of look the same way, but basically the heads would be like this. But I think most importantly is this view where we have their smiling faces and none of them are blocking each other, and we have the small stools. Isn't my artistic drawing great? We have the small stools and the large stools for the gals up above. Now this could be lit a number of different ways, so I'm just going to give you a general overview of what we did. Was a couple soft boxes here. We had 1 main soft box, and then we had 1 to the side here, which normally we'd put it a little more in front, but we were sort of using it to also create a little bit of hair light and separation on the back, so it was sort of doing double duty. Now the other thing that we did with just 2 more lights, which were the 150 watts, and you can put them anywhere. think we had one over here, and it's going down, and it's hitting a couple of people's hair light on the side there. But you can do whatever you want, and I think we may have one here, but it doesn't really matter. There you're getting 4 of the 5 gals, and this is, of course, is the reflection of the hair lights. And then this one gal made up for it by the soft light hitting there. So it's a bit of a compromise, and everybody doesn't look the same. But if you wanted everybody to look the same, you would need 5 separate hair lights, and that could be real crazy. You need a whole big crew. And we just did it with 2 separate hair lights and 2 soft boxes covering everybody. And from the top view, I don't know if it does much difference, but getting those hair lights to cross, you could really see nails of a few people with one shot. And we didn't really get everybody, but we did a good compromise with the 2 soft boxes filling everything in, and then the 2 hair lights getting most everybody, and one of the soft boxes covering it a little.